think Chris Paul is around. And if you think Chris Paul is higher, that means that Chris Paul is taking a pay cut. So what is this nigga talking about? This nigga Chris Paul is not on a super max. When we're talking about James Harden in super maxes, and then you bring up Chris Paul, nigga, hop off his dick, nigga. God damn. That's weird. Nothing that he's saying is literal, and I do mean nothing that he's saying is factually correct. Nothing. That nigga is weird, bro. That man is weird. I don't understand. Like that, he's weird. And the fact that people are listening to him talk and they're like, "Oh man, love me some Pat Bev. God can't get me more." No, I'm good off Pat Bev. He's another loud ass NBA player who and when you're in front of a camera is just saying crazy shit. I'm good. I'm good off of that nigga. I'm good. I don't need somebody else reshaping history because you on James Harden's dick. I'm good, bro. I know y'all was teammates. Y'all was cool. I get it. And if you want to give him money, fine. But if anybody dare criticize James Harden, all of a sudden it's a problem. Even though the things that you're being critical of Chris Paul on can be the same thing be said about James Harden. What the fuck are you doing? Weird behavior. Very, very, very weird behavior. So for the fact that this nigga woke up early for the past 3 or 4 days to go on television and to just lie about what the fuck is going on in the NBA, and everybody like, oh man, he keeping it honest, he keeping it true, he keeping it G. Nigga, shut up, bro. He's lying. That nigga is lying. That nigga's weird, bro. I can't. That nigga is weird, bro. That nigga is weird, nigga. That nigga's weird.
So he wasn't lying. So he's lying about Chris Paul being a cone on defense now.
Right now, I think Chris Paul. I
Fuck you
don't.
guys.
A cone is excessive. That's a bit much, bro.
Bro, he's not a good
No,
defender.
no, no. He's not a
Not a
good
bad
defender.
one.
He's not. I agree that people
The negative.
there are
No, he's
plenty of
not.
people who still
You
build
saw him get
their
cooked by Luca. Now
identity
he's a negative.
defensively. There's plenty of people who built their identity defensively based off of things that they did years ago, and I think Chris Paul is one of those players. Actually, I think that's a lot of players. Actually, I think most defenders who are viewed as defenders, they get to keep that label as a defender for a few more years because it's hard to statistically look at what somebody does as a defender, which is why when Stephen A. Smith called this nigga Jimmy Butler a shooter, everybody who knows anything about basketball who can look at a box score can be like, yeah, nigga, you're lying because he's not a shooter. Whereas a
Hey,
defender,
hey, hey, calm down. Calm down.
oh my god,
Calm
whereas
down.
a shooter, it's much
Yo,
harder to.
so
I mean, as a defender, it's much harder to identify that. That's
yo,
but a
so
cone is OD. A cone is OD.
so
Like
other
the
than
nigga is
defense,
not that bad,
He's
bro.
not a
Y'all just saw that
cone. No, he's
nigga
not
get
a
cooked
cone.
by fucking.
He's
You
not
saw that
good.
nigga get
yeah,
cooked by Luca, and now it's all the nigga
Not,
sucks.
not
Facts.
The nigga's a
Luka. He's
cone. Like
not.
he's not a
he's not
cone.
great on ball, but he's still a really
He's
good communicator and provides really good help. But again, we just ignore everything on defense. It's not strap up.
He's not
he's
only
not
going at Chris Paul though. He's going at all the Suns because the Suns been talking crazy all season.
Nigga,
Like
he been
all.
talking crazy all his career.
for real.
What are we talking? That nigga talks shit all the
But this,
time.
I agree, but there's nothing wrong with him going and talking crazy to them.
Imagine,
No,
imagine if
he's specifically talking crazy about this about Chris Paul, bro. He talking crazy.
imagine
No,
if imagine if a nigga like KCP, right? Or yeah, yeah. Imagine if a nigga like KCP after the bubble went on first take and he was like, "Hey yo, Kawhi Leonard, I know you don't speak much, but you a bitch, bruh. And nobody gonna say you a bitch."
It's
yo,
Niggas would
but
crazy.
be like, niggas,
other than
niggas, would-
defense, what did
niggas
Pat
would
Bev
be,
say wrong about Chris Paul?
niggas would be like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? You not in position to say that." But it's a nick. It's someone who's funny slandering someone who you don't like. So it's
That's
ha
all
ha.
it is.
Move
That's
on.
literally
But
all it is.
Niggas like
but it seems like most NBA players like really don't fuck with Chris Paul.
I don't
Like
know if
Boogie
that's the
doesn't fuck with that
case.
nigga. Like it seems like players really like they respect like obviously his game, but like on the court, like it just seems like he's a dickhead and niggas just don't fuck with him.
I don't know if that's the case though.
He be hanging out with all them niggas after the game.
I'm about to say, like, every
You see
single
that nigga
year,
in the,
I see
you
this
see
nigga
that
hanging
nigga in
out
the
with these
club
niggas.
with Shade to this day. Like, I don't know what y'all.
I don't.
niggas do.
I hear more slander about that nigga Pat Bev than anything else.
Nobody likes that nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we talking about who don't like nobody. That nigga Pat Bev is at the top of the list. Nah, I can't. But even if that still doesn't address, like, the nigga's just not telling the truth.
I can't lie. I think the nigga Pat Bev, I think basically like he's using his platform that how like most announcers use it, you feel me, to create narratives. And basically he's just doing that now with the nigga he don't like. And he's just saying whatever the fuck he wanna say. Even if it's slightly true or embellished.
But even outside of the defensive thing, I just put at the top. I put the whole Matt when he responded to Matt Barnes, Patrick Beverly. Also, it's weird that these niggas are. I don't know if y'all know how studios works and shit like that, but I want y'all to know, like, when nigga Pat Bev and Matt Barnes are going back and forth with one another, I want y'all to know, like, them niggas are basically in the same vicinity. like the way that this shit works is that you can get up and walk over to the next set. Like, it's not like these niggas, one nigga's talking crazy in Atlanta and the next nigga's talking crazy in New York and the other nigga's talking crazy in Cali and then you're in Florida and Washington and somebody else is overseas talking crazy. No, it's almost as if like you left one room in your house and then go walk over to another room in your house. Like, that's how close these sets are, and these niggas are talking crazy. And it's like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on right now? Unless Pat Bev, after he got done with First Take like yesterday, got up and left, then I guess I can understand that. But I don't. Maybe that is the case, but it feels kind of fake because I'm like, bro, aren't y'all niggas in the same studio right now? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? And if he is trying to build a brand off of, I guess, being the guy who slanders Chris Paul, I think that's weird. I think that's just very, very weird. Especially because he's praising James Harden. Because that nigga, everything he's saying about Chris Paul, you can say about James Harden too. Y'all niggas say something. I'm just checking.
I think the
don't know.
nigga
I
did
think the
so far.
nastiest thing he said on all of them was probably either between. He said Harden deserved the super duper max, and then called this nigga CP3 fucking. He said, what did he say about CP3? He said that motherfucker wasn't an all time great point guard. Like, that shit was crazy. Like,
That nigga is
That's
shaboing.
wild.
like he's on that nigga dick crazy. Like, I've never seen this type of shit in my
Is it
life. Like,
cause
shit's bad.
he got traded for CP3? Is that
I
why he
don't.
don't fuck with the
Actually have
nigga?
no idea. Well,
Is
he
it
That
said
wouldn't
in
be a
the
bad theory.
he said what he said. He said that this started when he was in college
at a
with Chris
camp?
Paul, and he said in
That
college he
nigga
was.
lying, bro. I don't
Oh
give a
wait, he
fuck.
said in college he went to he
He
was
cooked
a
him. No, the
LeBron
fuck
summer
he
camp.
didn't.
He was at a LeBron summer camp, and that I want people to understand what he's saying. He went to a LeBron summer camp while he was in college. Pat Bev was in college around 2011, 2012, around that time, right? While in college, no, I'll take that back. He was in college in 07 to 08 because the nigga went overseas. I forgot about that. So he was in college around 07, 08. And then in this camp that he went to while in college, Chris Paul showed up. And at the event, he demolished Chris Paul. He cooked him. And he said from there, he just couldn't respect CP3.
This nigga was not cooking shit, nigga. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a stack.
I'm
This
just
nigga was
letting y'all
not cooking.
niggas
I'm not gonna
know
lie though.
what this nigga said. I'm just
I'm
letting niggas know. I'm realistically speaking, the story don't really make that much sense to me either. But I'm just letting y'all know what he said.
I'll be damned to
nah,
believe that
like
story.
that
That pit bull ass
Y'all heard what
motherfucker
they said
clamped
about
him
my
up in the
boy.
camp.
He was a
man.
he was a That nigga was a killer. That nigga was a killer in Chicago. What we doing, bruh? That nigga was murdering the streets.
I just don't understand what
bad
the fuck
choice
he
of
gets out of
words.
talking about the Lakers this much. What like take our dick out your mouth, bro. Like if I was on the
What do you
Lakers,
say
like I
about
would
the
take him to the Western
Lakers?
Conference Finals. Like what are you on right now? He's insane.
Bro,
What do you
want to
say
be
about
on
the
the
Lakers?
Lakers?
Bro, he said yesterday that if he wasn't on Minnesota, he would love to play with the Lakers. Like no question about it. He'd sign immediately. And then today
Nigga,
in a one-on-one with Stephen A. Smith, he was like, if I was on that team, no disrespect to LeBron, but who's the leader? If I was there, I would take him to the Western Conference Finals. Back-to-back days.
oh
No,
God,
this
there's no
nigga's
way.
crazy.
Back-to-back
That
days.
nigga,
That's mad
that
cap.
nigga is outrageous. Nah,
Oh hell
no,
no.
that nigga's crazy. Nah, that nigga's
Swear to God.
outrageous, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's
This
crazy.
dude,
That's
That
Nah,
nigga
crazy.
Pat
tripping,
Bev is
bro.
But I
entertaining.
think,
It's nothing else.
I think that's a shot at Westbrook though.
No, but he was like,
See,
but the day before he
Pat
was
Bev,
like, I love Westbrook. I would love to pick his brain and stuff like that when asked about if he would join the Lakers. So it's not a shot at Westbrook.
I want people to know something real quick. Last year, when he lost, ironically, to Chris Paul, that was the first year in Patrick Beverly's career that he made a conference finals appearance. I don't know what the fuck this nigga is talking about, bro. I don't get it.
You would thought this nigga the second coming of Jesus. Like, damn.
Uh,
This nigga talking crazy.
And the
Like that's
craziest thing
Wait,
crazy.
is
wait, wait.
ESPN's letting
That's
him,
cap,
bro.
bro. He made it in
yeah.
2015.
ESPN is letting him take over, bro, and talk like Jesus, bro.
I
Wait,
can't lie.
say it again, Eli.
He made it in 2015, lo. You just lied on my nigga name. Facts?
No. He was hurt. He was hurt in 2015. He didn't play in the
That's
playoffs then.
I mean, niggas get injured rings all the time, bro. That still counts, bro. Stop hating on my nigga.
No,
Right?
I'm serious. He got injured in the regular season. He only played 56 games in the regular season and didn't play a single minute in the postseason. Nigga, hey, chat. I'm gonna let y'all niggas know when I speak, it's a fact. I'm not just out here talking on my ass like Pat Bev. That nigga did not touch the conference finals until last year, and ironically, that nigga Chris Paul sent him home, nigga. No. That nigga didn't touch the conference finals until last year. That nigga claiming he can
Why
lead a
is he
team to a
hating
conference finals
though?
appearance is crazy, nigga.
nah.
Like, not only is that nigga
kills me
hating, that nigga also pocket watching. Like,
Yeah,
that
pocket
shit kind of
watching.
I
gay.
can't lie, bro. Y'all remember? I think it was JJ Redick that had brought up the bubble championship or whatever.
Right.
That nigga Pat Bev said it, but it was a bubble championship. I'm like, nigga, didn't you lose down?
He
blew a
lost
3-1
in
lead
the
that year.
Didn't
bubble.
y'all
Lost
blow a
3-1.
3-1
They
He
lead?
tried to say it
Not
didn't
only
count.
lost,
Yeah,
he
he
blew
did
a
say it didn't
3-1
count.
lead. Then he sat there and said, "Man, the fans are great fans, nigga. You play for the Clippers, nigga. Half
Hey,
of the Clipper fans are Laker fans, nigga. What are you talking about?"
this fool straight up said, "Hey, if we had Billy Crystal in the stands, we wouldn't have been down 3-1. We would have won that shit." What the
I'm
fuck
like,
are
Nigga,
you
is
on,
he
bro?
crazy?
This man
this
is
nigga
wild.
Pat
This
Bev.
man needed Ballmer to win, bro. Ballmer in the stands to win the series, bro. Come on,
I don't know, bro.
Nigga,
I think this
even
nigga.
during peak Lob City era, the Clippers still weren't selling out all the time, bro. I don't like what is this nigga talking about, bro?
This man had bad.
No. That's cap, lo. They've had like the best ticket sales the last couple years, but that's only because people love going to LA sporting events whether they're fans or not. Them niggas was selling out. Facts.
In peak,
based on
no,
what?
they were not selling out in peak Lob City. No, they weren't, nigga. What are you talking about?
Their
And they
ticket
still not
sales
selling
last year
out.
and the year. Their
I-
tickets last year and the year before were like top 5 in the league.
I work for the Clippers,
Like,
and they still not selling out right now, low key. Don't tell anyone.
oh, so you work for the Sixers and the Clippers? That's crazy, show. You just be rotating teams, huh, nigga?
Nah, that's my life. But no, they're not selling out. They're not selling out this season either, or the next season, even with their new arena. They're still struggling.
I think the thing that killed me the most about that whole thing, right, it was when Matt Barnes, as he was like saying his piece, he was like, "Bro, at the end of the day, you and I are going to be remembered the same way. We were just role players we were just decent role players. People are going to remember CP."
I'm
And
sorry,
I'm like,
Eli.
yeah,
Eli,
that's
you're
facts.
lying. Eli, you're just lying, nigga.
You
This
are
year,
like blatantly lying.
you're
Like,
blatantly lying, nigga. This year, the Clippers were they were 88. They
I
still
said
are
last year,
88%.
nigga.
You said this year and last year.
I said they were like in the like. I said they were like. No, the fuck I didn't. I said last year and the year before, nigga. They were relatively high in like ticket sales.
All right,
That's
Eli,
what I
Eli,
said, nigga. You can check it on ESPN.
Eli, even if hey, if I go back to 2021 and 2020, nigga, that's 2021. Still, COVID was going on. Why would I use 2021? What sense does that make?
All right, so go to watch it again.
Nigga, you're crazy. No, you're
Aren't
crazy.
you?
You're crazy, nigga. You're crazy.
Said all right.
Man's is slipping
Nigga,
up.
you're
Wait, hop
crazy.
off my
That
dick. Hop
makes
off my dick.
no
Hop off my dick.
sense.
Hop off my dick. Hop off my dick. Hop off my dick. Hop
Who
off
you
my
trying to
dick.
save on
The
the Clippers, bro?
I was about to say, who
in
are you
2014.
saving?
Who's the
Who are
agenda
Let
you
me
got on the
finish.
Clippers,
Why?
bro?
Why would I use?
Let
Why
me
would I use
finish.
COVID?
Let me finish. Let me
Why
finish.
would I use
Let me
COVID
finish. Let me
attendance?
finish. In 2014, their capacity was 100.8%, and they were 7th in attendance, nigga. Hop off my penis, nigga.
I
They were
said
selling
top
out in loud too there.
5.
If anything, you lied, bitch. Oh my god. No,
I
you
said
didn't, nigga. You
top
said they weren't
5.
going crazy like that. Okay, so let's go to 2015, nigga. They're going to continue to sell good, nigga. Niggas like going to sporting events in LA.
They going to the wrong one.
Yeah,
They ain't going to that one.
So, nigga, he like
the next year they were over 100% capacity again, nigga. The year after that they were
nigga.
over 100%
There's
capacity.
12. There's like
That's
12
selling
teams,
out. You said they
bro.
weren't selling out. You
There's 12
lied.
teams that's over capacity, and I said they don't sell out every game. They don't sell out every game. I don't.
That's not what you said. You said they
That
would be
is what
selling
I
out like
said.
that.
No,
Okay,
he did
nigga.
say
Okay,
that.
nigga.
Though.
I
Let's
said
talk
that.
about
Yeah, I
Pat
said
Bev,
that.
bro.
He did say that.
Damn, nigga,
Yo,
you
stop
on
dick
dick,
riding this
nigga.
nigga. Nobody
Yo,
asked
you
you
on
to
the
comment.
Clippers payroll. This nigga Steve Ballmer got you on payroll, nigga. You lying, nigga. Yeah, nigga came here talking about last
No
year's numbers
reason,
during
bro.
COVID, nigga. Nobody not counting those years, nigga. You crazy?
Hey, nah, but for real, hey, low, for real
I
though,
was
like,
talking about 2020. Facts.
bro, whoever owns the dude, A-Rod's got to be calling Pat Bev. Like, what the fuck are you doing? He's literally talking about the Lakers like a free agent destination, like he's not committed to the Wolves. Like, they can't be liking what he's doing now. Like, from an organizational perspective, like, I don't know who's telling him to do this. I'll go on this media run like he accomplished something. He took the Timberwolves first round matchup and lost, and all of a sudden he's talking like he won a gold medal. Like, I don't understand what's going on right now.
I've never understood this nigga. I don't know. Pat Bev talking crazy to me. This doesn't make any sense, bro. Like none of it makes any sense to me. The fucking Timberwolves should have won that series 5 times over, and they lost
blew
it
the
because they just
series.
blew a bunch of leads. That's crazy. That is outrageous, bro. And for the fact that this nigga is going on TV, this is the other thing I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't challenge what people say. He's like blatantly lying about things that not only Matt Barnes said, he's lying about the production and who James Harden is. He's just lying.
But I think this happens with all NBA players when they be going on these platforms, bro. Like people just get all starstruck, like, oh my God, instead of like challenging what they actually say. Like if he's saying bullshit, like call him out on the
Nah, like
bullshit.
Charles
Like
Oakley when
I just don't get it.
he
I
was
don't
like,
get it.
yo, Giannis in my time wouldn't last. I'm like, okay, Charles Oakley, like you, okay, brother, like
That nigga Charles ugly. Nigga would have got sauced up by Giannis.
not for real. Like a 6'11" nigga fucking Euro stepping in the paint. They ain't never seen no shit like that.
Oh man.
Fucking Isaiah Thomas the next day was like, he's like, I don't care what nobody say. A nigga like Giannis is lighting us up in our time. Like, I don't know why you think that.
They would have tried to get that nigga up out of there. Oh, but the first fast break dunk, they would have tried to hit that nigga in his face.
Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, now obviously of course being 37 years old, it makes sense that Chris Paul is regressing as a defender. But you can't lead me to believe that a nine-time all defensive person with 6 steals, lead the league in steals 6 times is a bad defender. So if you're talking currently, then yeah, you got to make that delineation. But if you're
He's not even bad currently. He's still okay.
like
He's
yeah, I was
still a
gonna
very
say he's
good
still
defender.
serviceable. Like
Well,
Very good as gas
I
but
think
I wouldn't
he's
better.
not
say
He's better
bad.
than
a
like
very good
This
he's
nigga
above
defender.
wants me
I
average.
to
said
believe
he's
that in
decent.
08,
I ain't gonna lie.
this
I
nigga
would
want me to believe in 08.
If
This nigga was
everybody
giving
just
this
cooking
nigga
that nigga,
minutes.
why that nigga Pat Bev didn't even average 15 in a series against
I
the
was about to
Suns?
say, I was saying, I don't understand.
no.
And that nigga wants me to believe he was cooking this nigga.
Like you was cooking.
I don't
If
get that,
I
anything,
nigga.
can't
nigga,
lie.
say that about John Moran. You was actually cooking that nigga.
I can't lie.
I don't get
That
that,
nigga
bro.
Chris Paul has definitely done something to Pat Bev in his personal life.
Right.
Because this nigga definitely don't like this nigga at all.
Even Dame had to chime in.
Bruh.
Even Dame had to
Nah,
chime in.
it's
He was
bad.
sitting there
Yeah,
like, bro, what are you talking about? And then
Yeah,
Bro,
Dame did
when
say
they
Dame was
that.
on his
asked
dick.
him,
these niggas
I remember
lost
when they
that night.
asked.
They went in hard.
Like, I remember when they asked this nigga, they was like, yo, who's the hardest person you've ever had to go or that ever guarded you? This man said Drew Holiday. They asked him, what about Pat Bev? And he reaffirmed Drew Holiday is the hardest person that has ever guarded me. And we know that. Like, I'm like, bro, Pat, ain't nobody really worried about you. Russ been busting your ass, and we waited until Russ has a ass season for you to say something. CP been busting your ass for years. James Harden, we still have a picture of you getting your ankles took by James Harden in that game with you and PG end up trying to double him. And Steph's been lighting his ass up too. So I just don't get it.
I
You can
can't
probably
lie.
lock down some
It's
average
Nah,
point
that's the
guard.
That nigga
same,
only
bro.
saying
That's the
good things
same
about the
motherfucker.
Warriors though. Oh my
But
nah.
he
God.
ain't got no choice.
It's
He
all
ain't got
That
funny
nigga
no
and
only
shit
choice.
like
saying good
that.
shit about stuff.
He
But
Nigga
know
said he go
better.
to sleep
He
at 8
know
o'clock.
better. That nigga
when
know
when we
better.
remember